What? Hey, man, you a whole bitch. Catch a nigga like him with that Glock and shoot the whole world. Yo, hey, I made my flow switch.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Tokyo here, aka Fake Lil Tekka. Today we are back at it again with another reaction video. Today's video we got is every rapper's murder explained in 42 minutes. This is by Hip Hop Daily. I'll be watching these niggas sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I think I got into these niggas like. I think I was still in high school. Like I was just about to graduate when I got into this nigga. But yo, we're about to go ahead and see all these fucking rappers that just fucking got killed in the past couple years or decade, or I guess I think it's decade because I think I saw Tupac in the video or in the thumbnail. That's like 2 decades. Golly, shit. But anyways, if you guys like this type of videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and check out Hip Hop Daily in the description down below. And also, I gotta explain this shit. My whole entire fucking schedule about to be different. So yeah, I am about to just be recording like in a daily notice, I guess, because like from this week, from next week, I'm gonna be recording all day, and then I'm gonna be just posting them bitches. But the week after is gonna be different because I'm going to here's alright. So I still don't really know what the plan for it really be for real, because I still don't really know what's about to go down. Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be in that bitch till like 12, 11. I don't know, but it's gonna be different as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap. It's gonna be way different, bro. But hopefully, probably within the next month or month or two, it's gonna be back to normal. So hopefully by then we're going to be back to our regular scheduled programs, where I'm going to be uploading later in the day or posting later in the day than rather early in the morning, because like next 2 weeks or the week after, I'm going to be posting early, like from then on. It's going to be from then on until I get a hear so of whatever going to happen. But yeah, if y'all want to skip this shit, it's gonna be probably long. But yeah, this time gonna be right here. But I gotta explain this shit for people that's going, you feel me? Like know what's up type shit, or not even know what's up, but like going know the differences of my posting. You feel me? So I'm just explaining like it's gonna be completely different because of my job type shit. I got my whole schedule is fucked up now. So yeah, I'm about to just try and see what happens. You feel me? Grind don't stop no matter what the fuck happens. So we about to just go ahead and just hope for the best. Hopefully I don't be too tired to like not post anything or to post anything like for real. I ain't gonna lie. But we gonna see what the fuck happens, and hopefully we get another 100 subscribers in the meantime, bro. Because dog, this shit again, like I said, this shit ain't stopping, bro. On some real shit. But let's get into this video.
Rappers have been murdered for all kinds of reasons, but the story behind Slim Duncan's death is craziest. Slim Duncan signed a deal with Gucci Mane and was on his way up in the rap game, but then he allegedly got killed over a piece of candy. Slim Duncan was in the studio getting ready to shoot a music video.
I think I heard about this. Like, I don't know when it was. Or was that something else? Cause I heard, I don't know if it was a rapper, but it was, I don't know. It was somebody that got killed over candy, or like something. It was something stupid. It was something stupid like that. They got killed over candy or something. I forgot. But I think I heard about this one.
But he allegedly stole a piece of candy from a dude named Young Vito, and it sparked a fight. There's a lot of different stories about what went down, but Gucci Mane allegedly jumped in to break it up. Then a few seconds later, Slim Duncan allegedly tried to swing on Young Vito, but Young Vito pulled out a gun and killed Slim Duncan in front of a whole room of people. Young Vito beat the murder case for killing Slim Duncan, but he still went.
How the fuck does he beat the murder case? Bro, what the fuck? Nigga, this nigga just shot somebody and killed him over candy, bro. Over candy. That must have been some good ass fucking candy to kill a nigga over. I mean, I get he swung on him. I get he swung on him first. But damn, nigga, it's candy, bro.
5 years on assault and gun charges.
What the fuck?
Lil Jojo was one of the first drill rappers in Chicago, and his death helped spark the infamous war in Chirac. After dudes like Chief Keef and Lil Durk started repping the Black Disciples and dissing the ops, Lil Jojo hopped in the booth and dropped a crazy diss track on every BD in the city. Lil Jojo was always putting pressure on the BDs in the streets and allegedly caught Lil Reese in traffic and tried to chase him down. And on the day Lil Jojo died, he spotted Reese on the street again, and Lil Reese told Jojo he was gonna kill him. That didn't stop Lil Jojo from clowning the BDs again on social media. And then he took it a step further and dropped his location. And just a few hours later, somebody pulled up and killed Lil Jojo on the spot. And when Chief Keef dissed Lil Jojo right after the news broke, everybody knew that the violence in Chicago was on a different level. Lil Fat went to the hospital in June 2012 to wait for his child to be born, but instead he was killed before he ever got to meet his kid. Lil Fat was in the parking lot of the
That's fucking wild, bro. What the fuck, man?
hospital when 3 dudes rolled up and shot him to death. Lil Fat was allegedly involved with some pretty heavy business in the streets, and one of the dudes who was arrested for the hit was a Russian mafia member named Manny Chulayev. A college basketball player named Sensei White was allegedly involved with the hit too. There was 3 other guys who went down for it. According to rumors, Lil Fat set up a drug robbery on the Russian dude and some other guys. So the Russian and his crew hired 3 dudes to pull the trigger on Lil Fat. DeAndre Washington was a shooter, and he went down for a life sentence. And his homies Gary Bradford and Maurice Connor were both sentenced to decades in prison. Manny Chulayev had his murder charges dropped, but in 2024, he got sentenced to 10 years for running a massive fraud and drug ring. L.A. Capone would have been a superstar in the rap game, but he got killed in Chicago before he had a chance to make it out. L.A. Capone repped the BDs and survived getting shot in 2012. He was popping off like crazy in Chicago and was about to sign a huge deal with T.I.'s label. But L.A. Capone stayed around Chicago too long and ended up getting caught by the ops. In 2013,
I used to fuck with Lil Capone's music, I ain't gonna lie. That shit's crazy though. I used to fuck with this nigga when I was a little nigga, for real, I ain't gonna cap.
L.A. Capone was leaving the studio with his homie when 2 shooters popped out and hit L.A. Capone in the back and the leg. L.A. Capone survived for a few hours and made it to the hospital, but the doctors couldn't save him and he was pronounced dead that night. 2 dudes named Saki Hardy Johnson and Michael Mays admitted to the murder in 2014, and they told the cops that they had their homie Miko Buchanan driving another whip to distract the cops. Saki Hardy Johnson and Michael Mays both got hit with 60-year sentences, and Miko Buchanan went down for 45 years. L.A. Capone wasn't the only dude affiliated with T.I. who got murdered in 2013. Doe B was a rapper from Alabama who signed a deal with T.I. and was on his way up, but Doe B still had beef in his hometown of Montgomery. That's when he was killed in a crazy shooting that took out 2 innocent people. Doe B was hanging out at the Centennial Bar and Grill when 3 dudes pulled up and started shooting into the club. According to rumors, Doe B was beefing with a dude from Montgomery named Jason McWilliams. So Jason McWilliams got his homies Taboris Mock and Darius Thomas to help him kill Doe B. They shot up the club and killed Doe B, and 2 innocent people got caught up in the situation and were tragically left dead at the scene. Darius Thomas was allegedly the one who killed Doe B, and he went down for 85 years, while his homies both pleaded guilty to assault and only had to serve 15 years in prison. MC Dallas D was a wild rapper from Brazil who dropped lines like, "Killing the police is our goal." He wanted to get back to the community and was performing a free show, and that's how Dallas D ended up getting killed in front of a whole crowd of fans. Dallas D was in the middle of a song when someone upped a strap and shot him in the stomach. Dallas D hit the floor immediately, and he was announced dead at the hospital later that night. Even though there's a ton of...
I don't know if I could... I don't know if I could show that shit. I mean, they showed it, but I don't know if I could show it. Oh, shit. I did not see that shit coming. I was literally about to say, hey, they like niggas in Brazil, like I feel like niggas in Brazil, they don't go like give 2 fucks, bro. They'll dead ass run up on you and like, you know, like while you on stage and straight up just shoot your dumb ass, bro. And that's what the fuck happened. I was literally just about to say, did they just like dead ass just run up on his ass and shoot him? Like that? What the fuck? Shit. I did not, bro, I did not see that shit coming, bro.
Videos and photos from that night, his murder was never solved. And a lot of people think the cops didn't care about his death because he was always dissing them. A lot of people thought Lil Snoop was gonna go down as one of the best rappers in history, but he got killed by his own homie when he was just 18 years old. Lil Snoop was rocking with Meek Mill and was destroying everyone who was brave enough to get into a rap battle with him. And it was clear that Lil Snoop was on a different level. He dropped his first tape and was getting all kinds of buzz on his name. But then Lil Snoop got killed over a game of 2K. Lil Snoop was kicking it with his homie Lil E and another dude named Tony Holden. Lil Snoop and Tony Holden were betting on games with 2K, and Lil Snoop kept winning. So Tony Holden allegedly shot Lil Snoop 2 times in the chest and killed him. Lil Snoop's mom claimed that Lil E was actually the one who killed him though. According to her, The bullets that killed Lil Snoop matched Lil E's gun, but the cops messed up the investigation and Lil E never got charged. The UK rap scene doesn't have as many shootings. They use knives way more over there. And Nassau rapper named Depsman was killed in September 2013. Depsman had gone to a memorial for his friend Shams at a nightclub in Birmingham. Shams had been stabbed to death 1 year earlier, and no about to go out the same way. It's not clear what sparked the drama, but Depsman got into a fight at the club, and a dude named Armani Mitchell stabbed him in the heart. Depsman tragically died at the hospital the next day, and Armani Mitchell got hit with a life sentence for killing him. Big Payback had ties to Spider Loc from G-Unit, and in 2011, he popped off with the track Gangsta Love. Big Payback didn't have a huge name in the industry yet, but he made headlines in 2014 when somebody caught him lacking at McDonald's and killed him in front of everyone there. Big Payback was just trying to have lunch when a dude walked into the McDonald's and blew him down. The shooter walked straight up to Big Payback to kill him, then walked right back out. It was clear that it wasn't just a random shooting or a robbery, but nobody knows who would want to kill him so bad that they were.
Obviously, that was very intentional because he just walked in, killed bro, and walked out. Like, was there any, like, there gotta be camera footage, obviously, it's a McDonald's, but, like, that should be crazy. Like, I don't know how motherfuckers don't be getting away with this shit. Did he just say something?
Or crash out.
I can barely hear through my headphones, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta turn this bitch up. That bitch is at 100, and this, bro, I need to get some new fucking headphones, bro. These bitches are about to fucking break on me, bro. No cap. I had these bitches for a long ass time, so that's probably why. I had these bitches since like 2020, bro.
Like that. Even though the murder went down in broad daylight at a busy McDonald's, the cops never solved the case. The Jacka came up in the industry repping a crew called Mob Figures. The Jacka started dropping solo records too, and he recorded 8 albums and a ton of mixtapes before he was murdered out of nowhere. The Jacka was a street rapper who really grew up in the trenches, but by 2015, he was 37 years old and had left all the drama behind. He started his own label and trying to put other West Coast artists on the map, and that's what made his murder even more shocking. According to the Jacka's homies, he didn't have beef with anybody, but on February 2nd, 2015, a shooter pulled up on him in Oakland and shot the Jacka in the head. A lot of the Jacka's homies were allegedly involved with the streets, and rumors said that's why he got killed, but the case was never solved and the police never even named a suspect. Chinx Drugz had to sit down for 5 years on a robbery charge right before he was about to pop off in the rap game. He wanted to come home and hop straight in the booth so he could finally leave the streets for good, but then he was killed over a beef he sparked in prison. On May 17, 2015, Chinx had a show in Brooklyn and was driving back home to Queens after it ended. Chinx and his homie stopped at a red light on.
Bro, these fucking headphones, dog. These bitches about to fucking piss me off. I need to get some new ones. They're probably like some wireless or some shit. And this camera about to piss me off too. I see that shit. It keep on fucking glitching on me. But dog, like I can't hear through the left one. I can't hear out this one, and it's so quiet. I can barely hear the shit.
On Queens Boulevard, and that's when another whip pulled up next to them and started
like
shooting. Chinx got hit up 8 times and tragically died at the hospital that night. And it turned out that it was all over a situation that happened in 2009. When Chinx got locked up on Rikers Island, he started beefing with another rapper who was in jail named Quality. They allegedly got into a fight over a cell phone that somebody had smuggled into jail, and rumors say Chinx stomped Quality out. 1 month before Quality slid on Chinx and killed him, he went to Chinx's show in Philly, and they allegedly got into another fight there. The cops think that Quality was also jealous because Chinx was popping in the rap game, and Quality's career wasn't going anywhere, so he crashed out, and now he's serving a 23-year sentence for killing Chinx. Young Reddy came up in Baton Rouge and was getting a lot of momentum there. He never hit the mainstream, but Young Reddy had been grinding for years and had a ton of fans in Louisiana. He started his own label, Bauer Entertainment, and wanted to take everything to the next level. But in 2015, he was executed in Bogalusa, and nobody knows why. The cops responded to a shooting around 4 p.m. on a quiet street in Bogalusa, and that's where they found Young Reddy and his homie dead in the whip. Both of them had been shot in the head, and it was obviously some kind of hit, but the cops have no idea what happened. They begged witnesses to come out and help him, but everybody involved stayed quiet, and Young Reddy's murder case is still open today.
That'd be the craziest thing. I'm trying to fix my camera while doing this, but that should be the craziest thing though. Nobody be saying shit. No, bro, it's like, I don't know. Like, really, the police really fucked it up for people, for real. They're like, you want to go to them to help, like, get help, but, like, mainly, like, most of these niggas don't give a fuck, bro. And not like all of them, but, like, most of them really don't care. But, like, there's gonna be those few that's going to, like, actually give a fuck and actually, like, gonna try to help the family type shit. But it's just, most people just don't trust them, bro, because they all had a bad experience with them. I haven't had any bad experience with police, for real, at least not yet. So I can't really say shit about that, right? Really, because I had no bad experience with them. I got pulled over multiple times, and all of them was cool. Like only in like all of them, only one gave me a ticket. So I can't even say shit, bro. I have a clean record and all that shit. Like they can't do shit about it.
Young Pappy was a wild dude in the Chicago drill scene who repped a set called PBG. He had a bigger name in the streets than he did in the rap game. And that's because Pappy was known for pressing the ops and even pulled up to an ops crib and knocked on the door. Nobody knows how much work Young Pappy was really involved with, but he definitely had a target on his back. And in 2015, the ops caught him lacking and left him dead in the street. According to rumors, somebody from TBG is the one who pulled the trigger on Young Pappy, but the case was never solved. What was crazy about the case is how badly they caught Pappy lacking. According to the police report, Young Pappy was just standing on the sidewalk and a shooter hopped out of a whip and hit him twice in the chest. Some people think Young Pappy got backdoored by his own people and that's why he wasn't ready for the smoke. But other sources claim that Pappy was walking home high and that's why the ops were able to get the drop on him like that. Bankroll Fresh sparked a beef with his own homie and ended up getting killed in a crazy shootout that was all caught on video. Bankroll Fresh and his homie No Plug were both making waves in Atlanta, but then they allegedly started beefing over a woman. There were a couple small situations between them, but it didn't seem like it was anything serious. No Plug and Bankroll Fresh were supposed to meet at a studio and squash.
Why is there always a fucking woman though, bro? Like, at the end of the day, y'all niggas are making money, bro. She's not. It doesn't even matter. Like, if you cracked her, if one of y'all cracked her, oh well. You might as well just let her. You might as well like either just leave the bitch alone or just pass her, bro, or some shit. I don't know, man. Y'all like, bro, it can't be that serious. Y'all are, and the fucked up thing is y'all are homies. Y'all really let a woman like get between y'all like that. That shit is crazy, bro. Me and my homie, me and my brother, never would never do that shit, bro. On some real shit, bro. But there ain't no fucking point. Why the fuck would you do that shit? There's no point, bro. At the end of the day, she ain't gonna give a fuck about you. You shouldn't give a fuck about her, bro.
The beef, but instead it turned into a wild shootout that Bankroll Fresh didn't survive. No Plug pulled up to the studio to talk to Bankroll Fresh, but they ended up throwing hands instead. The fight got broken up, and No Plug left with his crew, but they came back a few minutes later because No Plug forgot his cell phone at the studio. When No Plug and his homies pulled back up to the studio, Bankroll Fresh came out with a rifle and started shooting at their whip. Bullets started flying from both sides, and by the time it was over, the cops found more than 50 shell casings at the scene, and Bankroll Fresh had been killed with a gut shot. The cops opened up a murder case at first, but a couple years later they closed it because Bankroll Fresh was the one who sparked the whole situation. Mr. 32 was an OG in the Texas rap game.
I thought they was gonna do that what's that shit called? What's it called? Fucking, it's like two people are shooting at each other. Nobody's charged because like, what the fuck is it called? It's like some combat where like two people are shooting at each other, and like if one dies, the other person don't go to jail because they both were shooting at each other. So it's like some shit like that. I thought it was gonna do like something like that.
And it ties to the Screwed Up clique. Mr. 32 had his own deal with Rap-A-Lot Records and was in 3 different rap crews. He had a big name in Houston, even though he never hit the mainstream, and nobody expected him to get shot in the head by
I think that's only in Chicago though, cause I know in Chicago they do that shit, but I don't know about what was that at Atlanta? I think that was Atlanta.
Own homie. In 2016, Mr. 32 was riding with his homie Vincent Stredick and 2 other dudes to the gas station. It's not clear how everything went down, but Mr. 32 got into an argument with the other 3 guys. So Vincent Stredick pulled out a shotgun from the trunk and shot Mr. 32 in the side of the head. Houston lost a living legend when Mr. 32 got killed, and now his homie Vincent Stredick is serving 30 years for killing him. Young Mozzie,
bro, that shit be crazy, and it's like, what's the point, dog? Especially like, bro, especially when it's your homie, bro. I don't get that shit. I honestly don't. I would never, could never, or never even see myself doing no shit like that. Why the fuck would I kill my own friend just because of some bullshit that we had? Nigga, if you don't squash that shit and be friends again, nigga, that nigga was there since day one. Like, especially that last nigga, the Young Pappy shit. Or not Young Pappy, the other nigga, I forgot his name. I just forgot his name like that. But with that nigga and his dog, Well, he didn't really go to jail, so I guess that's dropped. I guess that don't really count. But this one, like, other one, yeah, that shit, you going to jail because you decided to kill your friend that was going up, bro. That was blowing up. The other nigga a piece of shit too, because you was jealous.
Might have been the wildest dude in the rap game. He came up in Zone 6 in Atlanta and allegedly hit over 100 licks with his homie BMG Sonny before they both hopped in the booth. Mozzie caught a lot of cases for robbery, drugs, and guns, and even his ops didn't want to fight him. Mozzie was beefing with a dude named Bart and wanted to run the fade, but instead Bart pulled out a razor and wouldn't fight him. Mozzie even started the hashtag Slap a Rapper challenge and allegedly put hands on a rapper named Johnny Cinco. Mozzie was allegedly robbing rappers all over Atlanta, and the drama caught up to him in a bad way. One time the ops caught Mozzie lacking and shot him in the back of the head. Mozzie survives and had to learn how to read and write again. But just a few months later, he got shot 3 more times.
Damn!
That still didn't slow him down though, and Mozzie got hit up again.
Nigga, what the fuck? You got shot 3 times, nigga? Bro, what the Nigga, you got shot in the back of your shit and had to learn how to read and write again. Niggas caught your ass lacking again. You survived that one. What happened in this?
Ended up using a wheelchair for a while. He recovered from—
You had to use a fucking wheelchair, bro. Nigga, just stop. Just stop with this shit, bro. Just stop, nigga. Bro, these niggas want you gone. These niggas want you fucking gone, bro. Just stop, bro. I'm pretty sure he already stopped when he got shot in the back of his shit, bro. What the fuck type of shit? Oh my god, that shit is crazy, dog. What the?
Nash shooting 2 and got shot again in 2015 and
Nigga, 4 times? 4 times in different timings, in different years. I think the other ones were probably in the same year, I don't know. But you got shot 4 times, 4 different times, bro. In different locations. Nigga, you gotta move, bro. I think you can't. You probably dead, but if you was alive, you should have moved the first fucking time. I ain't gonna lie.
almost died. Mozzie clowned the ops and said, "God made me bulletproof." But in 2017, someone caught him lacking again, and this time Mozzie didn't make it out alive. In August 2017, Mozzie went to a pizza place to pick up some food, and when he was walking back to his whip, a shooter popped out and left him dead at the scene.
Damn.
Mozzie had enemies all over Atlanta. There were a ton of people who wanted to take—
Nigga, you should've, like I said, you should've fucking moved, bro. You got shot 4 times and survived those 4th one. All 4 of those. You should've moved after that 4th one, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Nigga, I ain't gonna cap. I don't know how functional you was. You was in a wheelchair, so you should have been moved, bro. They caught your ass lacking 4 times and you survived all 4 of those. By that 4th time, I would have moved, dog. Fuck that. Nigga, fuck that. By that first time, I would have fucking moved, dog. What the fuck?
There's a lot of rumors about who finally killed Mozzie, but the case was never solved. XXXTentacion was one of the hottest rappers in the world, and that's what made his murder so shocking. X had a lot of drama and legal issues, but nobody expected him to get brutally killed in broad daylight. X went to a motorcycle shop in Florida with his uncle,
I remember when
but what he didn't know is that he was being followed by the dudes who were about to kill him. XXXTentacion tried to leave the shop, but the shooters boxed him in with their whip and robbed him. They took a bag of $50K in cash, while X's uncle opened the door and ran away. Then when the robbery was already over, one of them turned around and shot XXXTentacion to death. Dedrick Williams, Michael Boatwright, Robert Allen, and Trayvon Newsom were all booked for premeditated murder. The cops already had a lot of evidence, but Robert Allen helped him seal the case, and he flipped and told everything. Michael Williams, Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsom all went down on life sentences, and Robert Allen got hit with 7 years and was released in 2023.
I didn't even know they had life sentences. That shit crazy. What the fuck? Damn. I remember when that shit happened too, and I know exactly where I was at. I was literally chilling, playing the game, and then I just got on my phone, went on Snap, and then it was right there. That shit said he was shot and had no post. I'm like, damn, that nigga gone, bro. What the fuck? That shit crazy as hell,
Jimmy
bro.
Wapple wrote a whole
And this
record
nigga
in
died
jail.
like the
Blew up when he
same
came
day.
back home to Pittsburgh. Jimmy Wapple was on his way
bro,
up.
like, what
he
the
was allegedly
fuck?
still neck deep in the trenches, and that's what got him killed. On June 18th, 2018, Jimmy Wapple and his homie were driving through Hill District in Pittsburgh, and somebody started shooting into the whip. Jimmy Wapple's homie got hit up and
And
survived.
literally, bro, it was crazy because I literally saw that happen, and then I saw like on Instagram this nigga got killed. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And then like probably like a day later, there was like some Hispanic dude. Like he was like he was literally like age above me at the time, and he got killed with machetes, and that shit was fucking crazy. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, that shit was so fucking wild, bro, on me.
But Jimmy Wapple took a bullet to the head and tragically didn't make it out. The cops didn't book anyone for the murder, but a few weeks after Jimmy Wapple died, they named him in an indictment that made the whole situation look even crazier. According to the cops, Jimmy Wapple was calling the shots for a crew called 1100 and was allegedly involved with at least 3 murders before he got killed. One of the dudes who 1100 killed was Christopher Richardson, and his mom talks about Jimmy Wapple and said he did a lot for the kids in the community, but the opposite of him doing that, he was ordering people's family members to be killed. New Orleans has a lot of street rappers that ended up getting killed, but everyone in the city was shocked when Young Greatness was murdered. Young Greatness had a couple drug possession charges on his record, but he was never really in the streets. Young Greatness had moved to Houston in 2005, but in 2018, he went back to New Orleans for a funeral, and that's when he got set up and killed. Young Greatness wanted to get some weed while he was in town, so he linked up with a dude named Donald Rowe to get the product. They met up at a Waffle House, and Young Greatness bought the weed off of Donald Rowe, but what he didn't know is that Donald Rowe had 2 dudes waiting outside to rob him. Levance Wicks and Donnie Maxwell were hired by Donald Rowe to rob Young Greatness. They ran up on Young Greatness while he was leaving the Waffle House, but the situation went left, and Donnie Maxwell ended up killing Young Greatness on the spot. Young Greatness was tragically murdered over a little bit of weed, and all 3 of the dudes involved with the situation ended up in prison. Smoke Dog looked like he.
Bro, that shit is so stupid. You really try to rob a nigga, or you really try to rob a nigga knowing he was getting weed, probably getting like a quarter or some shit, maybe more, but that's probably like $250 right there. Nigga not spending over $300 for no weed. I ain't gonna lie. I promise you, nobody's spending over like, I think like nobody's spending really over $100 over weed on some real shit. That's just me. But damn, my whole shit.
He was
like,
gonna be the next big rapper coming out of Toronto.
Hold on. Everything's lagging. Shit, hold on. I need a new camera, bro. I need to get like the professional camera. Like one of the professional ones, you feel me? But shit, can this shit fucking do it? Hold on. I might fucking just hold up. Alright, there, we're good now. Fuck. But like I was saying, you really killed a rapper for 200 and some weed. And now you looking at, what do you say, 30 years? Maybe more? Over weed, my nigga. That shit is stupid as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's the most stupidest shit I've ever heard. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's so dumb. I already know shit can be hard or whatever, but you already selling, bro. You good. You green off that shit. Well, you probably just selling some fucking bullshit or something. I don't fucking know, bitch. I ain't buy your shit. So I don't know.
Toronto, but he started beefing with another rapper in the city named 21 Neat. Nobody knows what sparked the issue, but some people claim that 21 Neat had clowned Smoke Dog for getting his chain snatched. And when they ran into each other at a nightclub in Toronto, the situation got deadly. According to reports, Smoke Dog was chilling outside with his manager Cobra Prime when 21 Neat walked up and started dissing Smoke Dog. Then 21 Neat allegedly flicked a cigarette at Smoke Dog's face, so Smoke Dog pulled out a pistol and let off some warning shots. 21 Neat and his homie ducked behind the car while Smoke Dog was shooting into the air, and then 21 Neat busted back and killed Smoke Dog and his manager Cobra Prime too. It didn't take the cops long to track 21.
Man, you should have just fucking shot his ass. I ain't gonna lie, you should have just shot his ass, bro. What the fuck? That's just me. Cause like warning shots, that's cool and all. You ain't nobody getting hurt. You feel me? You just proving a point. But if the nigga got strapped too, bro, Nigga, it's all ups, bro. Like, on some real shit. Because that nigga's about to use that motherfucker on your ass. You know what I'm saying? He ain't about to let up no running shots.
He went neat down, and now he's serving a life sentence for second-degree murder. Dooski was a GD rapper who repped a set called MOB. He got killed in 2018, and for a long time, everyone thought it was the ops who killed him. But then more info came out that made the situation way crazy. According to rumors, Dooski's sister got beat up by a dude from Lakeside named Dex. Dooski was a lot older than Dex and went to put hands on him. But then Dex allegedly beat up Dooski too. Dooski was allegedly pressed because he lost the fight, so he spun back and killed Dex. There was allegedly a bunch of internal drama in MOB between the OGs and the younger dudes like Dooski. And when Dooski murdered Dex, his own hood allegedly backdoored him. There's no evidence to back the story up though, and some people still think the ops from the set called 600 were the ones who pulled the trigger. Dooski had a lot of hate in the city, and even his funeral got shot up, and his homie Wooski caught a bullet to the head and barely survived. The shooting at
Dog, even after death, these niggas, what the fuck? I never understood shooting up a funeral, though. I ain't gonna lie, that shit don't make sense. Like, that's just his family that don't got no beef with you. I ain't gonna lie. Like, maybe his homies, but again, it's like majority of his family in that bitch, bro. Like, that shit crazy, and his kids and all that shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas too wildin'.
the funeral was allegedly from the BDs, but nobody knows if they were the ones who actually killed Dooski. Lil Lonnie was from one of the deadliest cities in America and almost made it out alive. Jackson, Mississippi has a crazy murder rate, and Lil Lonnie was surrounded by crime since he was a kid. But instead of hopping in the trenches like everyone else, he decided to start rapping. Lil Lonnie finished school and went to college for a little while, but then he dropped the track Colors and popped off like crazy. He stayed in school, but at the same time he was working with bigger rappers like Moneybagg Yo and Lil Boosie. Then on April 29th, 2018, Lil Lonnie was riding around Jackson when somebody started shooting out of nowhere. A woman named Ashanti Jones was in a whip with Lil Lonnie, and he pushed her down so she wouldn't get hit. Lil Lonnie didn't have time to save himself though, and he was tragically pronounced dead at the scene. Lil Lonnie's death was already a major loss for Jackson and the rest of the
Damn, bro, that just sound like some hating ass shit, bro. Some real shit. Nigga didn't even go in the trenches. This nigga just decided to stay in school, go to college, and did that rapping shit, bro. This is one of the smartest niggas that did this shit and got fucking killed. That shit crazy, bro. Like, bro, nigga did not decide. Nigga probably had no beef with nobody. Like, what the fuck, man? This nigga decided to go to school and finish college, bro. I never heard no shit like that, bro. From a rapper standpoint, you feel me? I never heard no shit like that.
the rap game. But what makes it even worse is that he got killed because a dude named Monia Davis was annoyed by Lil Lonnie's headlights. Monia Davis, his girlfriend Sonata Lewis, and his homies Antoine Carr and Marshawn Carr were driving down the street and Lil Lonnie was behind them in his whip. Monia Davis was annoyed because he thought Lil Lonnie's headlights were too bright, so he pulled over and hopped out with a gun. Antoine Carr and Marshawn Carr followed Monia Davis out, and all three of them started shooting at Lil Lonnie's whip when he drove by. Monia Davis tried to beat the case by flipping on his homies, but he still went down for a life sentence.
Nigga, you just, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Huh? Are you serious? Bro, you pulled over to shoot at a nigga. And you try to flip it on your dog trying to say he did it? Y'all all did it. What the fuck? Nigga, what the fuck? Bro, this nigga literally just got killed for no fucking reason. Dead ass. This nigga really just got fucking killed for no fucking reason, bro. You killed this nigga because you was annoyed about his fucking headlights. His fucking headlights, bro. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You probably just got that gun, bro. Couldn't wait to use it. Like, that's what it seems like. You look like the type of dude that just get a gun and just can't wait to pop that bitch, bro.
Antoine Carr caught a life sentence too.
Probably his first
Marshawn
gun,
Carr
bro.
got hit with 18 years. Nipsey Hussle was already a living legend on the West Coast and didn't have any plans to slow down. But on March 31st, 2019, he was brutally killed outside of his own shop. Nipsey repped the Rollin' 60s Crips, and the dude who killed him was from the same set. Eric Holder pulled the trigger on Nipsey, and rumors say that it was because there was talk going around that Eric Holder had snitched on somebody. Nipsey allegedly tried to speak with Eric Holder about the situation, and Eric Holder got so heated about it that he killed Nipsey and kicked his dead body in the head. At first it seemed like a personal issue that got out of control, but now rumors are flying that an OG in the Rollin' 60s
Bro, I didn't even know there was video. I didn't even know that. What the fuck? Damn. That shit crazy.
He's paid
bro.
Eric Holder to kill Nipsey. Big U was one of the biggest rolling 60s in the city, and he already had drama with Nipsey back in the day. In 2025, Big U got hit with a crazy RICO case, and then a rapper named SKG said that Big U was a monster and said he definitely had something to do with Nipsey getting killed.
There's talk about Big U that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm gonna tell you guys this. He definitely has something to do with that.
Wow.
And justice for Nipsey. And I know that justice is coming for Nipsey. And I think people are gonna be shocked once they see everything that really happened and how he played a part in it.
Eric Holder's already serving 60 years for killing Nipsey, but now it's looking like even more people might go down for it if any of the rumors are true. Lil Mr. was Lil Durk's cousin, but Lil Mr. repped the GDs instead of the BDs, and even took shots at Lil Durk on the track like he owned something and rapped, "Montana keep them guns like Osama, big 30s knocking down llamas. Lil Durk, don't diss again or you a fuckboy. I'ma keep this shit 100. You ain't with this shit, boy." Lil Mr. and Durk both lost people in the beat, but in 2017, Lil Mr. said he would still link up with Lil Durk if the timing was right. They could have done something big for the city if they linked up together, but unfortunately, that's not how it went down, and Lil Mr. was allegedly murdered by one of Durk's homies. In March 2019,
That's crazy.
Lil Mr. was walking down the street.
Didn't I could have sworn this nigga Vaughn made a fucking diss about this nigga too. Like it was like I know that's broke cousin, but fuck Lil Mister some shit. Like it was something like that. Like niggas, like I don't know, like that shit gotta be wild. Like having like your own cousin to be your op type shit, like gang affiliated type op type shit that you can't even fuck with, bro. Like that shit gotta be crazy. Like you can't even fuck with your own family because of gang related shit. Like I don't know, that shit kind of wild. I think some people still do. Like I know someone that's like literally like they're like siblings and one is blood and one crip. So I don't know. I guess it just depends.
When someone rolled up and shot him in the head. After Lil Mr. died, Lil Durk allegedly rapped about him on the track Take Drugs and said, "And I'd ride for the street niggas before my blood cousin. He was an op, but he was a motherfucker. Got birthed together, we was going to the doctors. Broken cribs together, we was still in copper." Nobody was ever booked for killing Lil Mr., but rumors said that Durk's homie King Von is the one who killed him. A dude from O-Block named J Hood backed the story up.
It kind of sounds because he like literally like I said, this nigga made a song about the shit, but who knows? Shit, they both dead, so you can't.
He did kill Durk cousin.
But some people think J Hood caps about a lot of stories, and nobody knows who really
Yeah, he
took
kinda
Lil
do.
Mr. out. EBE
Some
Bands
shit
went
do
viral
kinda
for being a
sound-
white rapper from the Black P
sound
Stones
what?
who pulled out a gun during a DJ Vlad interview.
I
Bands
remember
wanted
this
everyone
nigga.
to know he was really about that life. But then in 2019, he got caught lacking and had one of the most violent deaths in the rap game. EBE
get
Bands
beat
walked
to
into
that
someone's
goddamn,
crib, and
baseball
3
bat?
dudes were waiting for him with baseball bats. As soon as Bands got inside, they jumped him and beat him to
That shit is fucking wild, bro. Like, what shit you gotta do? Like, damn, nigga, that shit gotta be wild. That's personal, bro. You know how personal that gotta be? Because you've taken a baseball bat and you, man.
death. And after Bands was dead, they took his body to the woods and set it on fire. 2 dudes named Dakota Graff and Colton Kennecker got arrested and hit with over 30 years in prison, and a third dude named William Marzate got a life sentence. William Marzate did the race and went free for years, but in August 2024,
I remember that one picture. This picture right here. Hold up, fuck it.
he finally got caught in Mexico. Canada has lost a lot of rappers to the streets, and in 2019, a rapper from
Well, I do
Toronto
remember
named
that
Bully
picture.
was shot and killed on Christmas Eve.
I was about to
Nobody
say,
knows
like,
what happened to
fuck
Bully.
it. Fuck
What's
it.
even crazier is
I ain't
that he
fucking
wasn't
with
the
all
only
that.
rapper from Toronto who died that night. A few hours before Bully got killed, another Toronto rapper named YS was found dead inside a crib. Both of them were on the way up in the Toronto rap scene, but tragically died before they could make it. Pop Smoke kicked off a whole new wave in New York and became a superstar overnight. But before he could even enjoy all the success, a bunch of goons broke into his Airbnb and shot him to death. Most rappers get killed in their hometown, but Pop Smoke was renting a house out in LA when the murder went down. Pop Smoke had posted some photos on social media that gave away his location, and that's how a dude named Corey Walker and 3 other guys got the drop on him. Corey Walker was an adult, and he drove 3 juveniles to Pop Smoke's crib and sent them inside to rob Pop Smoke. He gave one of them a 9mm Beretta, but Corey Walker
You letting bro, you literally letting little niggas do your work for you? That's fucking wild, dog. It wasn't a nigga like, I forgot how old he was, but he got out. When he got out, the nigga was like on fucking no jumper and shit. I remember that shit.
said that if Pop Smoke fought back, they should hit him with a flower vase or something and not actually shoot him. That's not how it went down though, and Pop Smoke was tragically murdered that night. Pop Smoke's death shocked the industry, and the cops were all over the case. They booked Corey Walker and sentenced him to 29 years after he pleaded guilty to manslaughter, and the other 3 all ended up in juvie because they were minors when they killed Pop Smoke. Nick Blicky had a lot of momentum when New York drill was popping off. Blicky Gang was hot because 22 G's was one of the first drill rappers in the city who blew up, and Nick Blicky hopped in the booth to hold it down for the crew while 22 G's was fighting a murder charge. Nick Blicky started racking up crazy views, but he still had both feet in the trenches and allegedly even stabbed Chef G in the head. Nick Blicky was allegedly putting in a lot of work for the crew, but rumors say he was killed by somebody he knew. According to witnesses, Nick Blicky dapped up a dude and it looked like they were homies. But then the other dude pulled out a gun and killed Nick Blicky. The cops booked a dude named Caleb Clean, aka Flacco, for the hit. Flacco reps the 9 Deuce Hoover Crips and was allegedly cool with Chef G's crew too. Flacco tried to do the race and hide out in Philly, but the cops.
So, I guess Dog had some beef shit. That's what it kind of sounds like. Bro had beef shit with him, and I guess bro just didn't know. I don't know. That's kind of what it seems like.
Cops tracked him down, and he's allegedly been locked up ever since. Toronto took another big loss when Houdini got shot and killed in May 2020. Houdini had a lot of buzz in the rap game, but he was allegedly deep in the streets too, and that's why he got shot in broad daylight. Houdini and his homies were shopping in downtown Toronto when some shooters popped out and left him dead in the street. A dude named Jack Lore was allegedly the one who killed Houdini, and he told his homie CJ Hobbs,
Why didn't he kind of look like Asian though? He kind of look like Asian a little bit, bro. Agent 00, bro. He kind of look like that nigga, bro.
that Houdini's crew tried to shoot him the day before Houdini died, and on the day Houdini got killed, CJ and Jack Lore were going to meet up with a plug. But when Jack Lore spotted Houdini and his homies, CJ said he freaked out and wanted to get away from the area. CJ was driving the whip and hit a U-turn, and that's when shots started going off. CJ said he didn't know who shot first, but Jack Lore hung out the window and killed Houdini. Jack Lore ended up getting killed by someone else before the cops could get to him, but CJ got hit with a life sentence over the situation. Lil Marlo is one of Lil Baby's closest homies and is the one who convinced Lil Baby to hop in the booth. But instead of leaving the streets behind like Lil Baby, Lil Marlo stayed close to the trenches and was killed in July 2020. Marlo didn't blow up like Lil Baby, but he was still working with huge rappers like Young Thug, Future, and Offset. Every time he dropped something new, he was running up big numbers. But then,
Bro, you should have just did what Lil Baby did, bro. You told this nigga to do this shit. You should have did this shit yourself, bro. Some real shit. That's like, I don't know. I don't even know what that shit is like called, bro. But it's like, nigga, you can make money like that for real, for real. Like, you ain't even gotta be in the streets no more, bro. Just stay to the fucking music, nigga. You be straight, nigga. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck be wrong with niggas sometimes, bro?
Marlo got killed out of nowhere. Nobody was ever booked for killing Lil Marlo, but a reporter from Atlanta named George Cheedy told DJ Vlad what he thinks went down. According to George Cheedy, one of Marlo's brothers was fighting a murder case over some gang beef. It went to trial, but then the whole case got thrown out because 2 witnesses who were supposed to testify against Marlo's brother didn't show up to court.
Prosecutors had to drop the case mid-trial, which never ever happens. Like the judge said, you're done. Case dismissed. You're free to go. To 2 guys that they believed they had enough evidence to convict. The problem is, their 2 witnesses disappeared on them. So Marlo's brother gets off scot-free of a murder that was gang-related.
George Cheedy thinks Marlo might have been killed by his brother's ops, but we'll probably never know the full story. FBG Duck was the biggest GD rapper in Chicago. He was popping off like crazy and getting a lot of buzz outside of the city too. But then Duck got caught by the BDs from O Block and was taken.
Because it's crazy, because I literally looked up like when the song came out and when he died. Bro, the song dropped 3 weeks before he died. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So that means they heard it. Someone saw this nigga uphold on this dumbass. Like, that's just crazy. No, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the dead, but You know, bro, like that's crazy though. What the
And now in
fuck?
front of a bunch of innocent people. Doug was out shopping in a wealthy neighborhood of Chicago called Gold Coast and probably didn't think he had to worry about the ops catching him out there. The dudes from O Block wouldn't have normally been sliding in Gold Coast, but a dude named THF Teasy was shopping in the same area and spotted FBG Duck. THF Teasy hated Duck because Duck had been hooking up with Teasy's baby mama. So THF Teasy dropped Duck's location, and that's when the shooters rushed over from O Block and shot Duck over 10 times. It was a crazy hit that got a lot of attention, and the cops took the whole crew down, and all of them are serving life sentences. Mo 3 had a lot of beef in his hometown of Dallas, and had been involved with shooters.
This nigga, bro, so that's how he got caught? That is crazy. Why didn't he do it himself though? He ain't had no pole? It kinda sound like it.
Us before, but his brutal death still shocked the whole city. Mo 3 spotted his ops chasing him on the highway, but got caught in traffic. Mo 3 pulled his whip over and tried to run around to the passenger side and grab a gun, but then a shooter ran him down and killed Mo 3 in broad daylight. Keywan White and Devin Brown were booked for killing Mo 3, and 5 years later, the case took a crazy turn. Mo 3 had a lot of beef in Dallas, but after he died, a lot of people were saying he got killed over some personal beef about a woman. That was the story everybody ran with, but in 2025, the cops booked another Dallas rapper named Yella Beezy.
Oh yeah! It was, bro, so I guess he was behind it or some shit. That shit, bro. I remember that shit.
Putting the hit out on Mo 3. Yella Beezy is one of the biggest names in the city and had a crazy beef with Mo 3, and now he's facing life in prison if he doesn't beat the case. King Von was on his way to being a superstar in the rap game, but instead he sparked a fight with Quando Rondo and got killed. Von and Quando's homie NBA Youngboy had been beefing for a while, but nobody knew how serious it really was. King Von threw hands on sight, and that's when Quando's homie Lil Tim upped his strap and killed Von. The situation turned into a shootout, and Lil Tim got shot and hit the ground. Von's homie Slutty tried to stand over Lil Tim and finish the job, but Slutty's gun jammed and Lil Tim made it out alive. Von and Quando's crews were both shooting, and then the cops got involved, and they're the ones who allegedly shot Slutty and killed him. Before his crazy murder.
Damn, that nigga got, bro, what the fuck? That nigga got slid on and killed? Damn. What?
Einar is one of the most popular rappers in Sweden. He popped off from the jump and was taking over all the charts in Sweden.
Nigga, y'all killing over there in Sweden? What the fuck? This nigga got ops? What the fuck? In Sweden though? Damn. This nigga, what the fuck was he doing?
Einar was winning all kinds of awards too. At the same time, Einar was
I didn't
scratching out on
even
the
know he
ops
did, like,
too.
the fucking-
And in 2020,
That motherfucker, look at it. Bro, y'all saw that? Hold on.
Sweden, and Einar was winning all kinds
on.
of awards
I
too.
had to go back for
At
that.
the same
Hold on.
time,
Hold on.
Einar was scratching out on the ops too.
Look at that mom, bro. That's a Sweden gun right there, bro. That is just for show. Yo, yeah, they for show for Sweden, bro. Look at that motherfucker.
And in 2021, he got arrested for stabbing someone and almost killing them. Then just a few weeks after he got out of jail, the ops stood on Einar and executed him. It looked like it might have been get back for the dude that Einar stabbed, but it turns out the story was deeper than that. Back in 2020, Einar had been kidnapped by a rapper named Yasin. Yasin and his crew held Einar at gunpoint for hours and stole all of his ice. Then they self-snitched like crazy and posted photos of the situation on social media. Einar was scheduled to testify against Yasin.
Why are y'all posting that shit? Why are y'all posting that shit? What the fuck? Why? What was the point of posting it? There was no point in posting that shit, bro.
But Yasin's crew allegedly took him out before he got the chance. Young Dolph inspired a whole wave of rappers to stay independent and make their own lane instead of getting played by bigger labels. Young Dolph started his Paper Route Empire label and was taking over the game all by himself. But staying independent is what ended up getting him killed too. When Dolph started popping off in Memphis, another rapper from the city named Yo Gotti wanted to sign him. Dolph and Gotti were cool back in the day and had street ties because Dolph was allegedly the plug for Gotti's brother. According to rumors, Gotti was pressed because Dolph didn't want to sign to him, and it sparked a crazy beef that lasted for years. Gotti's crew allegedly tried to murder Dolph 2 times in 2017, but Dolph survived both the attempts. The beef kept heating up though, and Gotti's brother Big Jook put $100K on Dolph's head. Then in November 2021, young Dolph was brutally murdered at a bakery in Memphis. Big Jook and a dude named Hernandez Govan allegedly set the whole thing up, and they paid Cornelius Smith and a rapper named Straight Drop to take Dolph out. Cornelius
That nigga
Smith,
like he had no idea how to control that bitch, bro. Bro, it's some real shit. That nigga was like, Like, what the fuck?
And Straight Drop's brother both flipped and told the cops everything. And Straight Drop ended up with a life sentence for killing Dolph. Slim 400 was tight with YG and repped the Treetop Pirus out in Compton. Slim had a crazy life in the streets before he hopped in the booth. And when he was 19, he almost got killed by some Crips while he was in their hood. Slim was popping in the rap game after he linked up with YG and DJ Mustard. But in 2019, he almost died again when someone pulled up on him in Compton and shot him 9 times. Slim made it out of the situation alive and got right back on the grind. But in 2021, he got caught lacking again, and this time, he didn't survive. In 2021, Slim was shot and killed in Inglewood by a dude named
where
Michael
they getting
Terry.
all this
When
fucking
Slim
footage
died,
from?
a lot of people thought the ops would try to take him out in 2019 were behind the hit. But rumors say it didn't have anything to do with the streets. According to some sources, Michael Terry and Slim 400 were hooking up with the same woman, and that's where the issue started. Nobody knows what the drama behind the scenes really was, but Michael Terry pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and got hit with 32 years in prison.
Damn.
Draco the Ruler beat a murder charge and was about to hit the mainstream. He had a lot of momentum after he beat the case and was about to perform at the Once Upon a Time in LA concert, which would have been huge for his career. But right before he was supposed to perform, Draco was stabbed to death backstage.
I thought it was after. I remember this shit too. I thought he got stabbed after, like as soon as he got off stage, they stabbed his ass. I thought that was like that. Damn, it was before. Damn, that's fucking crazy.
He was heading across the field backstage because he was about to perform, and that's when 6 dudes in ski masks started yelling "fuck Draco." Draco and his crew started throwing hands with the dudes, but the fight didn't last long. Both sides split up, and Draco started heading to the stage, but that's not where it ended. A couple seconds after Draco and his crew fought off the 6 goons, they got rushed by a mob of over 100 people. Security at the concert was a joke, and somehow, a whole mob of dudes got backstage and jumped Draco and his crew. One private investigator who saw the footage from the murder said Draco and his homies were outnumbered 113 to 7. By the time the mob was finished,
113 to 7? Oh yeah, they wanted your ass gone, bro. That's like some fucking Julius Caesar type shit, bro. What the fuck?
stomping out Draco and his crew. Draco had been stabbed in the neck and was leaking blood all over the place. He was rushed to the hospital after it went down, but Draco had already lost too much blood and tragically died that night. Nobody went down for killing Draco, but rumors say it happened because he was beefing with YG. YG went on No Jumper and warned Draco not to beef with him and said, "The homie's gonna get you."
All that rap beef and all that shit, we not rap beefing, we really beefing. The homie's gonna get you.
Then Draco took the beef to another level and dissed YG on the track Hun Diddy Bop Bop. YG had survived getting shot in the hip, and Draco made it sound like he had something to do with it and raps. Caught him at the stop and go, lock and load, no warnings. He's a rapper, but I made his hip rock and roll. Cold Evil, I'm walking through hell with chinchillas on. According to rumors, YG and Draco's people have been shooting at each other for years, and Draco's mom's house even got shot up during the beef. And a month after Draco dropped Hun...
Shit. Damn, you got mamas in this shit now? Yeah, this shit was getting crazy, I ain't gonna lie. That shit was getting crazy, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Once niggas start shooting up your house, bro, like, that's when you know that shit is, like, it got, like, someone gotta go, bro.
Hun Diddy Bop Bop, he was stabbed to death by a bunch of goons who were allegedly affiliated with YG. Snooty Wiles had a pretty quiet career in the rap game and never really blew up, but his fans were shocked when the news broke that his dead body had been found in a ditch in Texas. A woman told the cops that she got stuck in the ditch, and for some reason, Snooty Wild walked up and pointed a gun at her, so she ran away. Then she heard a gunshot and called 911. The cops rolled up and saw Snooty Wild bleeding out in the ditch, and later that day, he was pronounced dead at the hospital. The story didn't make any sense, but the cops eventually booked a dude named Ivory Williams for the murder. Snooty Wild's family hired a private investigator, and he's the one who found Ivory Williams allegedly bragging about killing Snooty Wild on social media. According to rumors, Snooty Wiles and Ivory Williams got into a crash, and the situation got so heated that Ivory Williams pulled out a gun and killed Snooty Wild. Nobody knew what really happened though, and in 2024, the judge...
Wait, so was he in the car with her, with the woman? It's not making sense because did he see him first? Cause that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he from Memphis and he's in Houston. What the fuck what is going on? I'm so lost right now.
The whole case out because there wasn't enough evidence to take it to trial. Gunu was a DMV rapper who wanted to make it out of the streets. By 2022, he'd already survived 2 shootings. But the third time he got hit up, he didn't survive. On March 18th, Gunu was in the area he came up in and wasn't expecting to get pressed by anyone. But while he was in the parking lot of a shop, two dudes ran down on him and jacked his watch and chain. Gunu didn't start any drama and handed everything over without fighting back. But one of the dudes still upped his strap and killed him. Gunu getting murdered was a shock to the DMV, but then the whole world was way more shocked by what happened next.
Oh my, I remember this shit. I remember this.
Died, his family threw a party at the club and propped Gunu's dead body up on stage while people were singing and dancing. It was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened in the rap game. And unfortunately, Gunu's funeral became way more famous than his music ever was. Archie Eversole had a hit track in 2002, but after that he fell off, and nobody really heard about him again until his brutal murder in 2022. On March 25th, 2022, Archie Eversole was found by the police at a gas station with a gunshot in his face. Archie was still alive and told the cops that someone had broken into his bedroom and shot him while he was asleep. They took Archie to the hospital for treatment, but then he died a week later, and the story took a wild turn. When the cops went to Archie's crib to investigate the scene, they found Archie's brother Alexander Cross inside the house. Archie's mom said he didn't have any problems with his brother Alexander, and they never fought, but the cops noticed bloodstains all over Alexander's socks and booked him for killing his own brother. Trouble was a rapper from Atlanta who had a crazy run of mixtapes from 2011 to 2017. Then he leveled up and dropped a couple of full albums too. Trouble had love all over the city, but then he started hooking up with the wrong woman and died saving her life. On June 5th, 2022, Trouble was sleeping over at the woman's crib when her ex-boyfriend, JaMychal Jones, broke in and started beating her. Trouble woke up and was fighting JaMychal Jones to keep him away from the girl, and that's when JaMychal Jones upped his gun and shot Trouble. JaMychal Jones had already attacked his ex-girlfriend before and was probably going to kill her that night, but Trouble stepped in and saved her life and tragically lost his own. JaMychal Jones ended up pleading guilty to manslaughter, and now he's serving a 20-year sentence. Nadi Osama was a drill rapper in New York who ripped a set called the OYs. Nadi and his brother Didi were both starting to pop off, but then Nadi tried to put hands on an op and ended up getting killed. Nadi spotted an op on the street and chased him down to the subway station. Nadi had a broomstick and started beating the op with it, and that's when the other dude pulled out a knife and stabbed Nadi in the stomach. Nadi tried to run out of the subway.
Why didn't you have a knife on you though? I remember when this shit happened. It was like freshman year, I think, if I remember correctly. That shit is, man, what the fuck, man. They got this nigga whole government right there. I just realized that shit. Dog, they got this nigga a whole government, bro.
Subway station after he got caught, but the wound was too deep and he fell down on the steps. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, and that's where Nadi was pronounced dead. Nadi dying like that was already brutal, but it got even worse when his ops made a dance to diss the way he died. Nadi's op was originally facing a murder charge, but the case got thrown out because Nadi was the one who sparked the fight. Jadayoungin had one of the most violent deaths in the rap game, and the story behind what happened took a shocking twist.
I thought he only got shot in the leg.
In July 2022, Jadayoungin was on house arrest and was sitting outside a crib in his hometown of Bogalusa. Jadayoungin was kicking it with his dad outside, but then shots started going off, and Jadayoungin got hit at least 8 times. When the news first broke, reports were saying that 3 shooters pulled up to the front of the house, and 2 more came from around.
Bro, this whole time I thought he only got shot in the leg, bro, and died like that. That's what I thought. This nigga got shot 8 times, dog. What the fuck?
It sounded like a wild hit, but the alleged truth is even crazier. Jay's mom was at the crib where he died, and she claims that Jay's dad or his homies backdoored Jay. According to some alleged court documents, Jay's brother and his dad were both hooking up with Jay's baby mama. But that's not even the worst part of the story. Jay's baby mama Jordan clapped back and said that Jay's mom was running his pockets after he got shot instead of trying to help him. Jordan also claimed that there was only one shooter at the crib, and it was all because Jay had called somebody a snitch. Jay had allegedly dissed someone in Bogalusa and called him a rat, so that dude's brother killed Jay. And what makes the situation even crazier is that the dude was allegedly on FaceTime when the shooting went down, and the cops have the video, but just haven't released it yet because they're still working on the case. PNB Rock just wanted to get some chicken and waffles with his girlfriend while they were in LA.
Wait, hold up. So was it a back door or was it nice? Was it a back door or was it someone that just snitched on him? I guess they still working on that shit out right now. I think they still working. I think they already working. I don't know. He didn't say that they working, that they solved it. So that, and the fact that the baby mama came in on social media talking, saying that shit, is like, that's kind of weird.
But going out for lunch ended up getting them killed. PNB Rock showed up to one of the worst Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles locations wearing $500,000 in jewelry. and a dude named Tremont Jones noticed Rock and dapped him up when Rock went inside the restaurant. PNB Rock and his girlfriend sat down to eat, and that's when Tremont Jones went outside and called his homie Freddie Trone to set up a robbery on PNB Rock. Freddie Trone didn't want to actually hit the lick though, so he got his 17-year-old son to do it instead. Freddie Trone's son went into the restaurant to rob PNB Rock, but the situation went left and he shot Rock 3 times and killed him. Freddie Trone tried to do the race and went to hide out in Las Vegas, but eventually the cops tracked him down and he got hit with a life sentence in 2024. The Migos changed the whole rap game and dropped some of the biggest tracks in the industry. They had billions of streams and were certified superstars, and that's what made Takeoff's death even more shocking. In November 2022, Takeoff and Quavo were in Houston to celebrate Jay Prince's birthday. Everything was smooth at first, but then a fight broke out over a dice game and shots started going off. Takeoff allegedly wasn't involved with any of the drama, but he got hit in the head by a stray bullet and tragically died that night. A dude named Patrick Clark was booked for killing Takeoff, but nobody knows who really sparked the issue. Rumors are flying that Quavo was getting heated during the dice game and is one of the dudes who sparked the situation that ended with Takeoff getting killed. According to a dude named Shawty, Quavo was shooting dice with the dudes from Houston and he thought they were cheating him and using rigged dice. That's what sparked the argument.
And then they got to the bowling alley and they said it was a dice game. And they say that Quavo noticed that the dice were not right. And that's where the argument started.
And unfortunately, it got so heated that both sides started shooting and Takeoff got killed for no reason. AKA was the best-selling South African rapper.
That shit like, I don't even know, bro. Like, cause I remember when that shit happened too, and I was like looking into the shit a little bit when it like when it happened, and it's just like at that time, it just like, I don't know, bro. Cause everybody was saying some shit about Jay Prince had something to do with it and shit, and that's pretty much all I was hearing. And like, nobody got booked for it yet, so I'm like, I don't know.
Of all time, South Africa is a wild place though, and you can get killed anywhere, even if you have money to hire security. And in February 2023, somebody put a crazy hit out on AKA. AKA was supposed to be performing at a nightclub on the night he died. Before the show, he was standing outside of a restaurant with his homies, and that's when 2 shooters ran up on them. One of the shooters killed AKA with a headshot, while the other one took out AKA's friend Tibbs. The shooters weren't the only ones involved with the situation though. The cops found out the dude who put the hits together had followed AKA from the airport and used 4 vehicles and 2 other dudes to keep tabs on where AKA was going. And after they linked up with a weapons dealer to get the guns, the shooters popped out and brutally killed AKA and Tibbs. BTB Savage was a wild dude from Texas who went viral after he killed a dude named Omar Richardson who tried to rob him. Omar Richardson and another rapper tried to set BTB Savage up and rob him, but BTB Savage got into a wild fight with Omar Richardson and ended up killing him. Right after it went down, Savage clowned Omar Richardson, posted a photo where he was standing in Omar's blood where he died. Then a few hours later, Savage was sitting in his whip when 2 shooters pulled up and murdered him. A dude named Montrell Burley was booked for killing Savage, and the cops say he was tied with Omar Richardson. Montrell and Omar allegedly both repped a set called Bloodstone Villains, and Savage was getting death threats after he killed Omar and clowned him on social media. Savage was supposed to be leaving the city and going to Vegas when the situation cooled off, but the ops caught him before he got the chance and left him dead in the street. You've probably never heard of Bigger to Go, but he had one of the craziest stories in the rap game. Bigger to Go was a Dutch drill rapper who came up selling cocaine in the streets of Amsterdam, and in 2020, he barely survived getting shot up by the ops. Bigger to Go and his crew clapped back and slid on the ops. Then Bigger to Go's mom's crib got.
I feel like, well, no, it was that other nigga that shot 5 times. I feel like more like out of country rappers got way more. Like, damn, nigga, like most of they shit just be so fucked up.
I shot up too. Bigger to Go is also clowning the ops in the booth and went viral when he dropped the track Op Blazing. Bigger to Go had ops all over Amsterdam, and in 2021, he started beefing with another rapper from the city named Chiv. Both sides were snatching chains and dropping diss tracks, and the cops arrested Bigger to Go and Chiv because they knew somebody was about to get killed. Bigger to Go came back home and went right back to the streets. In 2022, he allegedly kidnapped another rapper named Cobus L. Bigger to Go was putting a huge target on his back, and in 2024, he got caught lacking while he was leaving the party, and the ops shot him to death. Julio was in the middle of one of the craziest rap beefs of all time, and the ops have been on his head for years. Julio and his crew have been beefing with Young and Ace and his homies since 2017, and they turned the streets of Jacksonville, Florida into a war zone. Bodies were dropping on both sides, and Julio got shot at least 3 different times. Julio knew he was in a deadly situation, but he kept dissing the ops, and in June 2024, they caught up to him again, and this time, he didn't make it out alive. Julio was throwing a party in Tampa to celebrate his 26th birthday, and the ops from ATK and 1200 followed him there. The ops were tracking Julio all day, and when he went to a hotel at the end of the night, the shooters popped out and dumped over 30 rounds into the whip. The cops knew from the jump that it was probably some goons from Jacksonville that killed Julio, and they ended up booking 5 people for the hit. Gaboro was—
I remember that shit too. And it's so crazy because there was cameras everywhere. These niggas did not give a fuck, bro. There was cameras on the Teslas. The Teslas caught these niggas shooting at these niggas, bro. That shit was so fucking wild, bro.
Swedish rapper who blew up on TikTok in 2022, but most of his fans had no idea he was tied to one of the biggest crime rings in the country. After Gaboro blew up on social media, he was still on the streets, and in 2023, he watched one of his friends get murdered right in front of him at a restaurant. Gaboro was affiliated with a crew called Calo Network, and they were beefing with another gang called M-Town. M-Town murdered Gaboro's friend, and in 2023, a death list that M-Town made started going around on social media, and Gaboro's name was on the list of people they wanted to murder. Gaboro kept it pushing in the rap game, but in December 2024, the ops caught him in the parking lot and shot him to death, and the cops have no idea who actually pulled the trigger on him. Lil Ronnie was a rapper from Texas who had ties to Go Yayo, and in March 2025, the whole game was shocked by his—
I remember this shit. This shit was so fucking sad, bro. This shit was, I ain't gonna lie, this shit was honestly like the most saddest shit I ever fucking seen, bro. Like, I can understand him, but again, a life is a life, and you shouldn't really take a life. But it's street shit, niggas gonna do what the fuck they wanna do. But shooting and killing his daughter is crazy, bro. Like, his daughter ain't had nothing to do with that shit, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. Like, real shit. His daughter really ain't had nothing to do with that shit. Like, real shit, bro. That shit was like the most saddest shit I ever fucking seen, man. Like, they shouldn't have did that shit for real. That's fucked up.
Brutal murder. Lil Ronnie was at the car wash with his daughter when 2 shooters ran up on him. Lil Ronnie tried to run away, but he got trapped by a fence.
Oh yeah, this nigga ran away without his daughter too. I'm like, bro, everybody said, I remember niggas talking about ill father. I'm like, bro, that's just fucking crazy. This nigga really left his daughter, bro.
Shooters left him dead at the scene. Lil Ronnie's death was already tragic, but the shooters hit his daughter too and killed her. The cops booked Jacoby Russell and Adonis Robinson for killing Lil Ronnie and his daughter. Rumors say that it all started with Go Yayo beefing with Sauce Walka and CJ Casino, but nobody knows for sure yet. 21 Savage made out of the streets in Atlanta, but his homies are still dying out there. In March 2025, 21 Savage's homie Lotto Savage was shot and killed in an apartment in Decatur, and rumors say it was over some drugs. The cops booked one dude for pulling the trigger on Lotto Savage, but they didn't release his name or why he had an issue with Lotto Savage. But if the rumors are true, then there's a crazy story behind Lotto's death. According to a dude named Yano, the person who got booked for killing Lotto Savage is a dude named Sensei. Sensei allegedly got robbed and shot a month before he killed Lotto, and on the night Lotto died, he allegedly tried to throw hands with Sensei. Sensei was sitting in his whip and told Lotto not to walk up on him, but Lotto didn't listen, so Sensei upped his strap and killed him. Say So P was a rapper who signed to Sauce Walka, but
I ain't gonna lie, he should have talked about 21 Savage's brother. For real. Wasn't his brother also a rapper, and he got killed in London? And that's when everybody found out Dick was from London. Like, that's sad too, but like, you should have also talked about his brother. I think that's like would have been like more like deep at the same time. And also his story is like a little bit more interesting for real.
He was still active in the streets and got killed in Memphis while Sauce Walka was with him. Sauce Walka got hit up too, but he said the shooters let him live because he wasn't the target.
As fucked up as the situation is, and I could have lost my life and my life was put in danger, it wasn't intentionally for me. And motherfucker could have took my life and they didn't.
Rumors said that Say So P had jacked 200K for some dudes in Memphis, and that's why he got taken out. But one of the alleged shooters got killed in Texas before the cops could get to him.
Damn, that's
Sauce Walka said he
crazy.
wasn't involved with the situation, but after the shooter died, he posted a photo flexing a bunch of cash in front of the hospital.
Okay, that's a weird way to. That's kind of weird to post or put a Instagram post. Well, that's kind of weird in general, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and also check out Hip Hop Daily. The fucking comment The first comment says, "Moral of the story: Don't diss the dead. Don't flex publicly. Don't give out your location, and keep good company." That is very, 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 very true. Because that's dumb as fuck. I don't know why you post. Why would you give out your location like that? Knowing that you got money, knowing that you got shit on you, that's stupid. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, this was pretty fucking wild. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I like some of this shit I knew about. I ain't gonna lie, some of the shit I did know, like already knew about. But some of the shit did not expect. Like the one nigga that got shot 5 different times, nigga. Bro, like dog. Again, why the fuck didn't you move, bro? I would have moved. Dead ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I would have fucking moved so fast, bro. But yeah, bro. If you guys like that, I'm out. Peace.